At number 5, and you can't guess this, Bernie, because you're too smart. But, Jill, you can guess this because you're not very smart, and you too, man. Here we go.
Yeah.
At number 5, this media member, Bernie has implicated in the Jeffrey Epstein mess. Bernie has implicated this media member in the Jeffrey Epstein mess, and even thinks he should be brought up on charges.
George the Weasel Stephanopoulos.
Yes!
Very good. No, he was influential in allowing Jeffrey Epstein to continue to rape kids for about 3 years. That's a lot of juice.
That is a lot of juice.
A lot of Jews.
A lot of Jews, yes. Number 4, I can't even give you a hint for this, but it's good to see this, I guess, because you would think everybody on this list is a liberal. And number 4, you've got the CEO and the president of Fox News, and their names are Suzanne Scott and Jay Wallace. You know these people, Bernie, Suzanne and Jay?
Yeah, they happen to be the owners, the people who run, not the owners, the people who run Fox News.
Well, Murdoch owns it, right? But do you know them personally? Because you're on Fox News still all the time.
I had lunch with both of them yesterday.
See, there you go.
Matter of fact.
I knew that would be
up
the
in
case.
Del Frisco's.
Hey, my buddy Felix left that place. He's gone. After all these years, he's gone. Because they sold the restaurant, actually, yeah.
Good.
All right, so that's number 5 is Stephanopoulos. Again, this is the Mediaite's list of most influential news media of 2019. The folks that run Fox News, Suzanne Scott and Jay Wallace, at number 4. Number 3 on this list, drum roll, please. I do like the Jeopardy music. It's very, very good, Matt. You did a tremendous job here. Number 3, Jill, we just mentioned him.
Rupert Murdoch.
Oh, I mean, you're so stupid. Come on, we just mentioned the guy. Bernie said something's going on with the guy. He's gay.
Something's going on with his site.
Drudge.
Yes.
Oh, you meant with the site.
Now, Drudge, that's a legit choice.
Now, why do you say that?
Because everybody goes to Drudge.
Everybody
that's
goes
like
there,
the
right?
first.
Yeah.
You go to Drudge first, and then depending on your proclivities, the way you lean politically,
Yeah.
you go to other places. You either go to Newsbusters, you go to Mediaite, maybe Real Clear. It depends. You go to Politico, The Hill, whatever.
So you still go to Drudge even though you feel like the website is going in the wrong direction?
The first place I go.
First
and,
place.
And, of course,
Right.
let's not leave out NewYorkPost.com.
Also,
Although it's not on the list. But
it's very good. And,
people across the country go to NewYorkPost.com.
all the time. Now, what about YouPorn?
You can get some news there.
Okay, so now let's get to number 2 on this list. Here we go. Number 5, again, George Stephanopoulos. Number 4, the folks that run Fox News, Suzanne Scott and Jay Wallace. Number 3 is Matt Drudge. Number 2 on this list, Jilly, he's the man in charge of CNN.
Jeffrey something.
Come on, you're right there. Come on.
Zucker?
Yeah!
Okay, good.
That is correct.
Cool.
Jeff Zucker at number 2. What do you think about that, Bernie? Is that too high or is that about right?
Man who cannot draw flies to watch his stupid show, his network. Nobody watches. I mean, that shows you the bias of Mediaite right there.
Well, but nobody watches, but you'd have to admit this, and maybe this is why he does belong where he is. Everybody talks about them.
Because Trump does.
Right, Trump talks about him. Bill O'Reilly talked
Fake
about him Sunday
news.
night. So even though they're not getting ratings because they are so against Donald Trump, they get mentioned all the time.
Right, but they still have no ratings.
So you wouldn't put Jeff Zucker number 2?
I would put Sean Hannity at number 2.
Sean Hannity's number 1.
Sean Hannity, I don't think he is number 1.
Yes, he is.
Is he really?
It's a tie between Sean
there
Hannity
you
and
go.
Rachel Maddow.
Okay, so my instincts were on the money.
Yeah.
They're a tie?
A tie at number 1.
Which is completely ridiculous. She got everything wrong. Everything
But
wrong.
wait a second. But
she
if
was
you're-
wrong about everything.
Yeah, but you can't keep changing the rules here. If you're talking about ratings,
I can do whatever I want.
If you're talking about ratings, she's right there with Sean Hannity.
Not
He
really.
beats
no.
her.
Yes,
He
it's very
kicks
close.
her ass.
No, he does never
In fact,
kick her ass.
after
They're
the-
both about $3.5 million every month.
After the Mueller report, she dropped like a
did.
stone.
And now she's come back.
But why did she? Because she was wrong.
Well, I understand.
And he was right. And his ratings went up.
So, are we going by who's wrong or who's right, or who gets ratings?
And both. I just laid out both. Her ratings went down. His went up. He was right. She was wrong.
But she's back now. Her ratings are good. She's clearly the leader when it comes to the left. When it comes to ratings, she belongs at number 1.
She cries on TV.
It is true that we just played a clip of hers with Lisa Page less than a half hour ago. But
Right.
she was the idiot who said, I got the tax returns. I got the tax hit. And she came out. She had no tax returns. And she was wrong about the Mueller. She was wrong about so many different things.
All right.
About impeachment. And he was right about everything, about the FISA courts. He was like a dog on a bone with all these things that are now being revealed. Sean Hannity was right there, and he was on the money. He's been vindicated. He was maligned for a long time, and he's been vindicated. He was the one who used to say deep state, and people were like, Sean Hannity. Now you're starting to sound like Sean Hannity with deep state. Now everybody says deep state because we know it exists.
All right, Mediaite. So this is the list again. Most influential media members of 2019. George Stephanopoulos, number 5. The folks that run Fox News, Suzanne Scott and Jay Wallace at number 4. Matt George, number 3. Jeff Zucker, number 2. Tie at the top, which Bernie disagrees with. Sean Hannity and Rachel Maddow. I don't, because I think they both lead the way for their parties. He's number 1 on the right, and she's number 1 on the left. That's how I view it. Who's not on this list that should be there, Bernie? Who would you take off this list and throw right in?
The whole primetime lineup on Fox News, as a matter of fact, led by Sean Hannity, I would put them, and I would definitely kick Jeff Zucker's ass to the back of the pile.
So who's the guy? You got Martha McCallum.
Tucker belongs on there.
Tucker belongs. Is he the next
Tucker,
one?
Laura, Martha to a lesser extent.
Does anybody watch Laura Ingraham at 10 o'clock at night?
No.
Yes, they do.
They do.
Oh, yes, they do.
Is she in the 2 million? She's not in the 3 millions. 2 million?
She's in the 3 millions.
Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, there are nights where she'll dip down into the upper 2s. But, they watch. The whole Fox News outfit, they've been right, and everybody else has been wrong, especially on the Mueller hoax and the FISA court abuse that people mocked them and laughed at them, and they've been vindicated.
You know who I would add? Mark Levin.
Mark Levin.
That's right. She said it.
Yep. Definitely.
Wake up!
It's not bad. He may belong. What about Ben Shapiro? He gets decent ratings on this
Yeah,
station.
but Mark is super smart.
Now Mark is on TV.
Constitutional law.
Right.
Yeah,
and Trump talks about Mark.
Yeah, exactly.
They are very influential, but people like the Mediaite, they wouldn't give a guy like Mark Levin the recognition because he's not.
Cowards.
Even though he's on Fox News once an hour, 1 hour a week.
Right.
He's got a very popular website, radio show, and yes, he's influential. And he's in Sean's ear all the time.
And a big-time author, too, let's not forget.
That's right.
His last book did very,
go.
very well.
That's right, I said it.
Kicked Howard Stern off the bestseller list.
Yes, he did.